Good morning, citizens of Spirit Room. This is where you're from, right? You must be, because you look just like sons of Adam and daughters of Eve, which we Narnians have already met. Maybe we'll like you just as much as we like our new friends. Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy Pevensey. Did you get here through the wardrobe as they did? They got in and immediately met Mr. Tumnus and the White Witch. Lucy and Mr. Tumnus became quick friends, and Edmund thinks he has made a new friend, but things are not always as they appear. You have just shown up as our new friends, have discovered that Mr. Tumnus has been arrested by the Queen of Narnia. We will pick up the story where the Pevensies are following a guy which they know nothing about.
How do we know which side? We know which side this bird is on. Why shouldn't it be leading us into a trap?
That's a nasty idea. Oh, it's not good, but all the children.
Which is the right side? How do we know? Fawns are in the right, the queen is in the wrong. We don't know any of either.
The fawn saved Lucy.
He said he did, but how do we know? Anyways, does anyone know the way home from here?
Please, good. I hadn't thought of that.
And no chance of dinner either?
The robin, it's flown away.
And now what are we to do?
What? There's something moving among the trees over there to the left. Look, there it goes again. I saw a black tent. True, it's still white. It's on behind that tree. What is it? It's something that doesn't want to be seen. I know what it is. It's a beaver. I saw its tail. I'm not supposed to go to it, and it is warning us not to make a noise. Oh, is it do it or not? What do you think, Lou? I think it's a nice beaver.
Yes, but how do we know?
We have to risk it. It's no good just standing here. Come on, let's give it a try. I'll keep close to them. We ought to be matched for one beaver if it turns out to be an enemy. Further and come right in here. We are not safe in the open. Our use the sons of Adams and the daughters of Eve. Who's some of them? Not so loud, we're not safe even here. Why are you afraid of? There's no one here but ourselves. There are the trees. They are always listening, most of them are on our side, but there are trees that wouldn't betray us here. You know who I am.
How do we know you're a friend?
No need to be rude, Mr. Beaver, but you see what's trained us. There are the trees. Right. Here's my token. Oh, it's my handkerchief, the one I gave poor Mr. Tumnus. That's right, poor fellow. He got wind of the arrestment before it actually happened and handed this over to me, he said.
Mr. Tumnus.
sons of Adam and the daughters and kill and take them on food. They say Aslan is on the move, perhaps has already been injured.
Now a curious thing happened. None of the children knew who Aslan was any more than we did. But the beaver spoke these words and everyone felt quite different. Edmund felt a sensation of mysterious horror. Peter felt suddenly brave and adventurous. Susan felt as if some delicious smell or some delightful strain of music had just flown by her. Lucy got the feeling when you wake up in the morning and realize it's the beginning of the holidays or the beginning of summer.
And what about Mr. Tumnus? Where is he? Shh. Not here. I must bring you where we can have a little talking for dinner.
No one expected Edmund had a difficulty trusting the beaver now, and everyone, including Edmund, was very glad to hear the word dinner. The children hurried along behind their new friend for over an hour. Then they came to the edge of a steep, narrow valley at the bottom of which ran. At least it would have been land if it had not been frozen. A fairly large river. Just below the dams, they had been not built across the river, and just been certain that Mr. Beaver had babies.
Oh, but I love the dance.
Everyone noticed a rather tiny little house shaped like an enormous beehive, and from a hole in the roof, the smoke was going up. Well, everyone except Edmund. He noticed something else. He saw two small hills, and he was almost sure that the two small hills would take him to the White Witch's palace. And all he could think about was Turkish light and becoming king.
Here we are, and it looks as if Mrs. Beaver is accepting us. Mrs. Beaver, I have found them. Here are the sons and daughters of Adam and Eve. So, you're come at last. At last, to think that I should ever live to see this day. The potatoes are boiling and the kettle is singing. Mr. Beaver, will you get us some fish? That I will.
Come on, want to go so.
Mrs. Beaver, let me get that for you. But now that Aslan now we can get to business. Could you please tell us what happened to Mr. Tumnus? That's very bad business. There's no doubt he was taken off by the police. I got that from a friend who saw it done. But where is he been taken to? Well, they were heading north, and we all know what that means. No, we don't. I'm afraid it means they were taking him to her house. But what don't they do to him? Well, you can't actually say for sure, but most are trained to statue her house is full of statues facing people. She's turned into stone. Is he a man? We must do something to save him. It's too dreadful, and it's all on my account.
I don't doubt you would save him if you could, dearie, but you've no chance of getting into that house against her. Will and ever even come out alive?
Can we have some introduction? Couldn't we just something or pretend to be fellows or anything to get in? Did Fawn save my sister out of his own wit? We can't just leave him to have it done to him.
It's no good, said Madam. No good trying, but now Aslan is on the move.
Oh yes, tell us about Aslan.
Oh yes, tell us about Aslan.
Who is Aslan?
Aslan, why don't you know? He's the king, he's the lord of the whole wood. He's in Narnia. At this moment, he will settle the White Queen. All right, it is not you that will save Mr. Tongueless.
She won't turn him into stone too.
Or will you, said Madam? What's a simple thing to say? Turn him into stone? No. He will put to rights as it says in an old rhyme, in these parts.
Wrong will be right when Aslan comes in sight. At the sound of his roar, sorrows will be no more. When he bares his teeth, winter will meet death, and when he shakes his mane, we shall have spring again.
You will understand when you see him.
But how shall we see him?
Why, Doctor, that's what I got you here for. I'm to meet him. Is he a man? Aslan a man? Certainly not. I told you he is king of the wood and the son of the great impure beyond the sea. Don't you know who is the king of beasts? Aslan is a lion, the great lion.
Oh, I thought he was a man. Is he quite safe? I shall feel rather nervous about meeting a lion.
That you will, dearie, and no mistake. If there's anyone who
can't appear before Aslan without their knees knocking, they're either braver than most or else just silly.
Then he isn't safe. Safe? Don't you hear what Mrs. Beaver tells you to send anything about safe? Of course he isn't safe. But he is good. He's the king.
I'm willing to see him if I do feel frightened when it comes to a point.
That's right, son of Adam. And so you are to meet him tomorrow at the stone table.
Where is that?
I will take you to it.
But meanwhile, what about poor Mr. Dennis?
The quickest way you can help him is by going to meet Aslan. Once he's with us and you are with us, we can begin doing things for their other old rhyme.
When Aslan's flesh and Adam's bone sits at Caravel in the throne, the evil time will be over and done.
We have one of Aslan coming into these parts, but there's never been anybody of your race.
Isn't the witch herself human?
She fights for us to believe that. No, there isn't a drop of real human blood in the witch. And she's been on the lookout for humans in Narnia. If she knew there were more of you, could be more dangerous still.
What to do with it?
Because of Mother cautious prophecy down at Camp there are 4 drums and it's a saying in Narnia.
When two
Sons of Adam
and
two
daughters of Eve sit in those thrones, it will be the end of not life but of her life.
I say, where's Edna?
There was a long silence after Mr. Beaver's last remark. All the children had been attending so hard, but Mr. Beaver was telling them that they had noticed something for a long time.
I say, where's Edmund? Who saw him?
How long has he been
Is
missing?
he outside?
Edmund! We don't know what we could do.
We must be off at once. We haven't a moment to spare.
Let's invite him to 4 search parties.
Search parties for what?
To look for Edmund, of course.
There's no point looking for him.
What do you mean? He can't be far yet. We've got to find him. What do you mean there's no use looking for him?
We already know where he's going. He's gone to the White Witch. He has betrayed us all.
Oh, surely. He can't have done that.
Can't he?
But will he know the what?
Has he ever been here alone?
Yes. I'm afraid he has.
And did he tell you what he done or who he met?
Well, no, he didn't.
Then mark my words, he has already met the White Witch and joined her side. I didn't like she mentions it before, since he was your brother and but all but the moment I found him, I said to myself, treacherous, he had the look of one who has been with the witch and eaten her food.
I'm just saying, he's a devil, or we must go look for him.
Go to the witch's house?
Don't you see that only the chance of saving either him or yourself is to keep away from her?
How do you mean?
Why, all she wants is to get all four of you in her house at the same time, since all she can think about is those 4 thrones at Cair Paravel. There will be 4 new statues in her collection before you have time to speak, but she'll keep Edmund alive as long as she has only one of you, and she uses him as a decoy to catch the rest of you.
Oh, can no one help us? Only Aslan, we must go to meet him. That is our only chance.
Had we started talking about Azan before he left?
I don't remember him being here when we were talking about Azan.
Oh, yes, he was. Don't you remember he was the one who asked if the wood could turn Aslan into stone? Was he still here when I told you that the place for meeting Aslan was the stone table? Because if he was, shall we sledge down to the stone table and cut us off from Aslan?
Isn't that what she'll do first? Not if I know her. She'll set out this very night, and if he been gone for half an hour, she'll be there in about an hour and 20 minutes.
You are right, Mrs. Beaver. We must get away from her. There's not a moment to lose.
Now, of course, you want to know what happened to Edmund, and there's quite an adventure awaiting all the children and Narnians here. However, the country's spirit room is calling you all back, and we can't do anything about that. We hope that someday you'll find your way back to Narnia.
Set people, stand up. You're gonna bow on 3. 1, 2, 3.